Hello guys, welcome to 3D Home, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to move from this picture to this spiral staircase model. Okay, so I'll be showing you guys the simple and easiest step on how to do this perfectly. So let me just quickly show you something before we proceed with the main model. So it doesn't matter the height of your building, you can actually calculate the steps and also get the exact step that will lead you to the height of that particular headroom. So now let's proceed without wasting much of your time. Let me start with the steps. So the first thing you need to do is get the diameter of that particular space you want to work on. Okay, get the diameter of the space you want to work on. Let's say, for instance, um, you want to propose or you want to introduce a spiral staircase that will accommodate two people. Okay, accommodate two persons. So it depends if it's two persons you want to work on. That means you should know the width of that particular step. Okay, so let's say if you make it 1 meter, it will be comfortable for one person to pass, but it will not be good for two people. So you can make it 2 meters, you can make it 1.2, you can make it 1.3. Depends on the width you want to. All right, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be going with let's just go with 1 meter, or should we make it 1.2? Okay, let's go with 1 meter because I use 1 meter for this particular one. So from here to here is 1 meter. Okay, so one person can easily pass, but this one mostly use these ones in exits. Okay, in exit. So let's start. The first thing you will do is to pick a circle. All right, so pick circle and then click once, drag your line for you to type in your radius. Okay, type in your radius. So the radius for this, we're going 1 meter. You can see 1 meter. So you type in, enter. Okay, and click. What I say is click once, type in the radius. So if you draw your line up, it will keep increasing, but for you to get the accurate measurement, just type in the size of that radius. It could be 1 meter, it could be 1.2, and any other thing that you want to have. Okay, so let's go with 1 meter again. 1 meter like this. What did I type? So click once, take it up and type in 1 meter. This is 1 meter, and then click. All right, this is the same thing we're having. So let me just do away with one. Okay, let me shift this one to this side so that you'll be seeing what we are doing. So now the next thing you need to do is the 1 meter. The reason for this radius so that all this your thread will fall within this diameter. Okay, so that everything will fall within the diameter, and this will help you know your center point. All right, where this column will be. It could be steel and everything, but for this one we're using steel. Okay, we're using steel for this. So the next thing we need to do now is we need to divide for us to get the width of this thread. Okay, let's get the width of this thread. So you still pick your line, click, try to locate the middle. Okay, all right, so just click the line at this point, drag it downward. You're supposed to see the middle. Let me click on the line first. So this is our middle. All right, so pick your line again. You see the middle is showing. If it's not showing, click on the line once, zoom it, and escape. It will give you a reference of that middle point. Then click your line again, click here and stop at this middle point. All right, so the next thing you need to do, this is a vertical line, draw a horizontal line to this side. Okay, and then a diagonal line, divide these two. Okay, divide this one. ArchiCAD will actually guide you on what to do. Okay, so it's showing you a reference line. So you divide this one and then divide this one again. Let me go back. Draw vertical line. All right, then draw horizontal line. So I said this one. Okay, divide this one and then divide this one too. All right, so now we're going to do away with this and do away with this. So this is what we need. All right, on a normal staircase, our thread normally comes out as 300. Most times we use 300, sometimes 400, depending on what you want to achieve. But for this one, it's more than 300, which is very okay. Okay, this is 390. So this is okay. This is perfect for what we want to do. So the first tool you're using for this spiral staircase is line. Once you use your line, you get the diameter, and the next thing is get the thread, one thread, which is this. And then the next thing you're going to use is what is slab tool. So click on this slab tool, click on the slab setting dialogs, and then set your slab. So for this one, I'm using 50. All right, this is 50 thickness. This 50 is this thing you're seeing. Let me show you. This thickness you're seeing, okay? This thickness you're seeing, this is the 50. All right, I want it to be 50. So like I said, click on slab, click on setting dialogs, and then insert this one to be 50. Once it's 50, change your material. You can decide to use steel, you can decide to use anything. So I'm using wood for this one. Mahogany, this one is mahogany horizontal. So I'm using wood for this particular one. So I selected wood, okay? This is wood, and then click OK. And make sure you remove it from this particular one to this one. Once it's on this, you can't insert or you can't type in the thickness. So make sure it's on this so that you can type 50. All right, so this is 50. And then click OK. So what we're going to do now is, once you click OK, you see that your cursor is showing plus sign. This is plus sign. Press spacebar. It will enable you select anything you're going to click now. It's going to be within just this line, right? So click inside once. Once you click inside, the slab is already there. So let me do that again for the sake of those that didn't get it. So once you select your slab and you're done with your settings, press space bar. Make sure your plus sign is showing first before you press space bar, and then click inside. So everything is already there. You can see that I can shift this thing outside. All right, I can shift this thread outside. So now I want it to be within here. Okay, so it's already here inside. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to um rotate this one. But before then, let me show you something. Let me show you what we have now. If you check from, you can't see the diameter lines here, but you can see this particular thread. Okay, this step now, you can see this one. But we need something more beautiful. You can see that after the column, which is this one, all the steps have this curve around them. Okay, they have this curve around them, So how do we achieve this? You either leave it like this or you introduce the curve. So but I will do the exact thing we have here. All right, so that everything, you understand all the steps. What we're going to do right now is, what is the diameter of this our pole, which is this our column? This column is, you click on the column, then go to column settings. You see that this is 150. All right, so how do we achieve this 150? What you need to do is, first thing you need to do is click on this column. Let me first for escape. So click on this column. All right, on your own column, check your column, click on column, then go to this column settings. All right, under column, change this thickness to be 150. This is cross section height. Change it to be what? Change this one to be 150. And then for the height of the column, change it to what? To 3 meters. Mind you, might not be able to change this except you click on this. Most times it will be like this, and this one might be on story 1. Sorry, on ground floor, this one will be like this. So what you need to do is, on this top link, click here and select not link. Okay, not link. And then for this one, make sure it's on 0. This bottom offset, make sure it's on 0. All right, and then type in the height. What you need to know, which is very, very key, all right, on spiral staircases, before you start, know the height of your headroom. If it's 3 meter, that's what you're going to type here, 3 meter. If it's 4 meter, that's the same thing you're going to do here, 4 meters, okay? 3 meters, 4 meters. So this one is 3 meters. This one is 150. All right, this 150 now is the pole, and the height, this one is the diameter of the pole, and for the height of the pole is 3 meters, which is the same height of our headroom. All right, so now there's another thing I would like us to do. We are done setting our pole by clicking on this column, and then we've selected the column. We've changed the diameter to be 150, and we've changed the height to be 300. And then for the color, all right, you see it's black. Yours might not be black now, so click on this segment. Once you click on segment, select this override. Under override, tick these 2 boxes. Okay, click on this one, and then change them. Then select paint. I use this paint, this black, this ivory black. Okay, select the paint you want. Yours could be gold, anything you want, and make sure it's on this circle. Most times based on default it could be on this one, which is rectangle, which is square. So change it to circular one. All right, change it to circular, and make sure the height is the height of your headroom. This one is 3 meter we're working with, and then the diameter is 150. Okay, so you click OK now, and come to this middle point and click there. Now if you check our 3D, it's got that we have that pole already on this point. So you can see the pole is here already. Okay, so what's the next thing we're going to do now? The next thing is we're going to have our steps. So now this is where you need to pay close attention, because it's very, 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 very important. Let me open my calculator. Let's say we have, most people tend to go with, tend to make the riser, which is from here to here. Then some people tend to make it 200, some 250, some 190. So but for easy access, or for an elderly person to be able to access this place without much stress, I think 150 is okay for that. Okay, 150 is okay. That's my own opinion. So if you want to make this thing 150, let's say your headroom is, now we want to know how many steps will take us to this place. Okay, how many steps, how many of these steps will take us here. So what you need to do is, how many, know your headroom. Okay, so if yours is 450, divide it by the riser. Our riser now is, I said I like going with 150. So you divide your 3 meters by, that's 3000 by 150 to give you the numbers of steps. All right, divide it by 150. If your own headroom is 4 meters, you divide 4 meters by, let's do the practical. Okay, where is my calculator? Okay, let's say calculator, right? So if my headroom is 3000, headroom, that is, I don't know, I just like breaking things down. So if, what I'm trying to say is that if you want to introduce steps from this point to this point, okay, to this point, or let's say if this was to be a slab, let's see, let's check where there's a slab. Let's see, one step that will lead you from here to here. Okay, mind you, you count this slab as one step. Okay, so you check from here to here. If it's 4 meters, if you're checking for step that will take you from ground floor to this point, this level, this balcony level, okay, count this slab as one step. So your measurement will now be from this down floor to the bottom of this slab. If it's 4 meters, then you divide your 4 meters by 150. So the numbers of steps, the last step will be at this level, then this slab will serve as another step. So if it's 3 meters, you divide the 3 meters to, something just like that, like that, like that. So now, let's say from here to here, ours now is giving us, let's say ours is giving us, I think we should just do the practical. Let me bring this one from here to here so that we'll do it. We'll do the practical part of it. Okay. So let's check from here to here. Um to here. It's giving us 3,225. 3,225. So now we'll make this pole. We'll make this pole to be 3,225. I want us to do the practical. Alright, 3,225. Click OK. Then let's bring this pole from, no, we can't shift it now because they are together, but let's do one small test run. Let me bring here and see. You see the height, right? So I'm just, for instance, let me just drag this one outside a little. We'll undo this later, but let's just try it first. And let's take this one to outside a little. Let's say this is where we want our slab to be. All right, that's to the bottom. So one step that will get to this level. All right, so we have 3,225. Now let's go back. I need to bring back this column. Where is the column? Let me click another one and make it 3,225. 3,225. Okay. So I'll click the column here. Alright, here. And this our slab is still here. So now, since I've gotten this column, now let's quickly design this one. We'll quickly design this before we take it up. Alright. So we'll form this shape. We'll quickly form this shape before we proceed. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we'll click on this one, click on here, make sure it's this on this point, and then bring it here. Click on here, create node, drop it here, bring this line to this side, bring this line to this side, bring this one, we'll shift it to this side, and then we'll use our this curve, align here, use here, align here, use here, align here, use here, align here. And then this is our 150 column, but this one now, this one has to be bigger than this. So we'll take this one, we'll take another circle from this middle point, bring it outside from here now. This is okay. Bring it to this level. You can decide to first of all take 50 outside. 150 will be too big. This is 150 actually, so let's just take circle. Maybe 4, maybe okay, let's say it should stop at this level like this. Alright, so this is our slab. Now we're going to extend this one back to here. This one to this point. I think we should just make it straight first, so we can take this node to this point, change this one to normal line to this point, change this one to this point, change this one to this point, normal line. Now let's take this node back to this point, this one back to this point, and then this one back to this point. We're almost there. Okay, so let's push this one. I think the main work now is actually on how you can be flexible in designing your steps. So anything you want the rest of the steps to look like, make sure you do it on this first step. Okay, once you do it on this first one, it will enable, it will ease your work. You don't have to be doing them one after the other. Just do one and then multiply them. All right, multiply them. So let's take this one back to this point and this one back to this point. So now once we are done with this, okay, once you have something like this, see it's already round this column. The next thing you should do is click on slab again. All right, click on slab and draw any shape of slab here. Draw. You see that we are tearing this part out, so I'm going to draw another one outside like this. This one, it's as if I'm creating a hole in the middle of this particular slab. So now let's do it like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, so for this one, I can decide to extend it a little, maybe like this. Will it work? Yep. Okay. Extend this one, give it a little bit width. So we take this one back to this point. So if you check this 3D now, you discover that we have same thing round. You can see the round design now on this part. So now the most important thing that you need to note is that they were designing this spiral staircase to fit this level from this point to this point, right? And the height from here to here is 3,225, right? So now what you need to do now is bring your calculator, check 3,225 divide by 150 is going to give us 21.5. 21.5. That means we're going to have 21 steps. 21 steps. 21 steps. And then maybe the last one might increase the thickness a bit, because we can't create 0.5 step now. Alright? 21.5. So it's almost like 20. Almost like 20. Almost like 22. But most times in buildings, we tend to go. The reason why this one is 0.5 is because this thickness, this slab thickness is not up to 150. This slab thickness is what? Is 75. And there's no how you do slab thickness 75. So let's make this slab 150. Okay? So if once it's 150, this height will not be up to that. So it's going to be what? It's going to be, this height is going to be 3,150. Yes. Because this one is serving as another step. Okay? This one is serving as another step. So we're going to change this our pole to be 150. Okay? 150. It's going to be 3,150, 3,150. Then you say okay. So now check your calculator again. And 3,150. We don't need points for the steps, okay? So 3,150 plus divided by 150. We have 21 steps. So it's 21 steps we're making use of. Alright? 21 steps. So now let's go ahead and create 21 steps. So what you need to do right now is click on this step, which is the first one, right? Then click on any of this node and select duplicate. This, I'm sorry, multiply. Click on multiply. Once you click on multiply, what you need to do now is select rotate. Okay? If you select rotate, you select distribution. Once you select distribution, how many steps do we need? You say 21, right? From our calculator, we have 21 steps. And then what's the height? The height now is 3,150. You need to get this thing very right, okay? So the number, when we divided our 150, our 3,150 by 150, it gave us 21 steps. So you type in the 21 steps here, and then what's the height, which is your headroom, is giving us what our height is 3,150. So you type in those figures here like this, and then select this rotate to part. Select this one, rotate to part, and click OK. Now we want to do the magic now. Click from this middle point. Okay, you can see the point here. Bring it to this one. Alright, and rotate this thing like this, like this, like this, back to this starting point, and click OK. So if you check now, check your 3D, you discover that you have those steps here. See the steps. See the steps. You see? And if you were to take these steps from here to that side, but I don't want us to group them yet. Okay, but if you want to do that, you have to like click everything and move them from here. We'll do the movement later, okay? I just want to show us something. See, the reason why this one is like this is because let's group them first. Let me do it with this one. Let me select everything and then Control G to group. Now I'll select this to this point. Alright. And mind you, it's going to start from see. Mind you, in spiral, either there's a hole or there's a little setback where someone can start from and then end at. Okay, and at. Like I said earlier on, that I said something earlier on that one of the steps, this riser would serve as, sorry, the landing, or the slab rather, the slab would serve as one of the steps. So we need to count these steps. Let's check this down one. We don't start with, we don't have any, we're not supposed to have any step that starts from the ground. So this one is going. Let's remove this one. Yes. So there should be a little space down. Oh, this one is suspending. I wonder. So we'll take this one down. Then it has to come down a little to this point. You see, I say something that this one will serve as the last step. That's this slab. Okay, to serve as the last step. So we'll have something like this. So let's say you are to climb this step. So you start from here, you go all the way round to this point. Alright? To where? To this point. To this point. And if you want to flush everything together, that means you still need addition. There's no need, because if you want everything to start from ground to this point, then you calculate the entire height that's from this top to here. But remember, we calculated from the bottom to this side. So this one will serve as the last step. Alright? So this is how it's done. But for us to add these rails now, I think that's what we need to do right now. Okay? That's what we're doing right now. So you can see that this building has spiral now. But let's take this one back and quickly add our rails first. After the rails, why I want us to take it back, because we still need this our reference line. Okay, we need to bring them back to this line. So Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Alright, so it's back to this line, and we need this line so that we can actually add those things. So what are we going to do now? The first thing you need to do is the rail. Okay, the rail. How do we get this rail, this curve, and this type of rail? Alright, now before you insert the rail, there's something you need to note. Measure this point from here to here. I just want to measure it for reference purposes. Remember, it's 1 meter, right? Now, what you need to do is go to 3D, select your rails, okay, and select this face rail, frameless glass rails. Select this one. Now, what you need to do is click on this first point and select this arc by element. Okay, select this arc by element. Click on this arc and then type in 1 meter. Okay, 1000. That radius we just measured, 1 meter. And then take this rail all the way like this, down to this part, like this, down to this part, and then click here once, and then select this one, the straight one, straight segment, and click on this other part. Right click and click OK. Now we have our rail all the way to this point. But according to our picture, we did one little mistake. We're supposed to click on this tip before continuing, but let's see if we can drag this one backward. Okay, it's still inside. So it's okay. It's okay. So now, what we need to do right now is, okay, same thing. What we need to do right now is we need to convert this one, just like the picture. We have black rails, okay? We have black rails. So we need black rails also here. So we'll select this rail, go to setting dialogs, which is this first top rail. Okay, so click here. Here, this is where you select the shape of the rail you want to. So we are still on circle, okay, like a tube. So click here and go all the way to 3D representation and override this rail surface. Override it. Once you override, click and change the material. Sorry, this is the material. Click and change the material to, I like going with black. Okay, let's go with black. So you click OK. This is going to be black now. See, this is black. Right? So this is black. And then now we need to remove this glass and this down one. So you click on the rail again, go to settings. Alright, go to settings and click on panels because those glass are panels. So we click on this first one and click on minus. So we don't have any glass now. Click OK. It's gone. Now you can see that this is just suspending on its own. Alright. So this is, see that this is suspended on its own. This is how to put rail. Alright, but we need to design these other things you're seeing, which is these ones. Alright, these ones. We can actually use columns to do this fast without wasting much time. So click on same I think we'll start with this first one. Did I group this? Yes, I did. Okay, let's start with this one. So we'll still select column. Okay, we're creating our balusters now. We select column, go to set column settings and change the thickness from 150 to, let's see, should we say 30? Let's go to 30 and see how the two is going to look like. So 30. Let me confirm the size I use for this other one. Confirm the size. How big is this? Okay, this one is 20. So let's change this one to 20. Alright, so 20 or 20. Alright, so let's make it like that. So we're going to reduce the height now. Reduce the height. Let's take this down. Okay, click here, drag it down to this point. Okay, another important thing you need to take note of is that no matter the arrangement you're doing, make sure it falls within this rail you're seeing. These rail lines, these two blue lines you're seeing are the rails line. Okay, you can actually adjust them back. Can we adjust them backward? I've not done that. Maybe in our next tutorial, but at least. Okay, so this is the first flight. The first thread, and I would like this thing to be on this line and the next one to be on this other line, right? Okay, now check your 3D and adjust the second one, the first one. See, since it's on the line, it's actually touching this other thing, which we don't want it to be like this. So let's shift it a bit backward. This is the one that is touching. So let's shift it a bit backward because of the overlap. So we have one here, and we have this one should be inside too, or outside. And this one doesn't have a problem. So let's quickly adjust this one. Let's stretch it upward to stay inside, and let's stretch this one too to also be inside. Alright, so we're going to do something now. You click on this column, and you click on this column too. Press shift so you can select the two, and then Control G to group them, right? And then we're going to do the same method we used to. The method we used to multiply these steps, the same method we're going to use to multiply these balusters. Okay, so now you click on this first baluster, right? Click on it and select multiply. And once you select multiply, First of all, I need to remove this group. This what is it called again? This suspend group rather. So remove the suspend group so that it will be selected. The two columns values that will be selected, and then click on this first one and select multiply. Is still how many we need? 21, right? So basically displacement we need 3000. Remember the height, 3150, right? 3150, and then select rotate. Make sure it's on distribute. Put the numbers of copies, and then which is the same copies we have in 21 of those risers, 21 of those thread, those steps. So we want these things to be on the 21 on those 21 steps too. So we make sure that this one is 21, and then this one is the headroom, which is what 3150, and then make sure it's still on this rotate part and click OK. Right? Okay. Now what we're going to do is you click on this middle point. Always make reference to this middle point, right? And then take it from here and turn it around to the same starting point and click OK. Say continue, then click outside and click your 3D. You see what we have now, right? This is what we have. So I think we might have missed something. We might have missed something. A little. Okay, these ones are a bit down. Why are they down? I can't really tell, but I think we either stretch them or there's a mistake somewhere here. So let's just quickly undo this one. Alright, and stretch these down ones. Oh, this is too small. So let's stretch these ones. Make sure you select this suspend group so that you can be able to adjust just one. So draw this one or stretch it as if it's coming out already. Okay, like this to this point. Alright, now let's go back and do the same thing. So, uncheck the suspend group and click on this. Now click on it again and select multiply. The same thing, same setting, rotate, distribute 21, 350, then OK. And now same middle point, click here, take this one to this point and rotate. Alright, I think from this one I might just adjust to continue. Why am I on the same two? So as if we did something. Forgot to click something, I think. Okay. So this one, everything is intact, just that we need to stretch this one a little more. I'm a bit surprised that something shifted. Either we didn't click something elsewhere. Okay. It's still fine. Let's suspend this group and stretch this one and this one. Okay. It's supposed to come out the same thing. So either this either we made a mistake while selecting this. I think other ones are intact, okay, except for these few ones. Alright then. The glasses as if they want to fall off. So let's take this up. I think it's remaining just these two. Okay. And you see, you can hardly spot the difference between this one and the other one. They look almost the same because it's the same method. So once you follow a particular formula, it will definitely give you the same result. Okay. So this is not something that is too hard for you to do. Just follow the step, alright, and you get it right. we have to shift this one a little bit inside, a little bit inside, and this one a little bit inside too. Take this one a little bit downward. So I think we are good to go. So now you can see the step here. All right. And if you group this, Control G, and remove this suspend group, I think you can easily move this thing now back or move it forward to this point, and it should give you that thing you're looking for. Okay, let's see. All right, it's aligning. It's on forward. Okay, but now something is suspending on the air, which is this one. And we need to take this down. So this has to come down a bit to this level. But this one has to shift back. Oh, sorry, we need to stretch this because we need space. If it was inside the building, at least there should be space for someone to walk around to the steps. So this is it. You see, with this, I should be able to, walk around the steps to this point. All right, so I think we'll stop here. All right, so this is how to model spiral staircase. All right, it's not actually for this building, but I'm just using this building as an example for you to how to get your height, and then I use this height as an example. Okay, so with this height now, with any height, just know how to divide the height by the riser. Okay, if your riser is 150, divide the height by 150 to give you the numbers of steps that you use. So thank you so much. If you find the video helpful, please do it to subscribe. Okay, click the subscribe button and then click on that bell so that you have notifications when next we post. So thank you once again for your time for staying up to this level. See you on the next tutorial.